Hey guys, you read the title. Welcome to my What I Bought in Greece video. This video will somewhat be like a shopping haul, but also sort of a recap of the Our Honeymoon in Greece series. As I'm filming this today, it's actually been 1 month since our trip to Greece, and we are already actively planning our next trip back. We are so incredibly humbled and grateful for the opportunity to have been able to experience Greek culture on the beautiful island of Santorini. Before I dive into all of the items that we purchased during our trip, I'd like to clarify that while we did purchase some items for ourselves, a lot of these items were also purchased for loved ones. We found quite a few treasures during our trip, so with that said, let's get into it. Since we decided to forego renting a vehicle of some sort, all of these items were purchased in the town of Ia. Most of them purchased along the marble pathway, the pedestrian marble pathway. Others were purchased still along that pathway, but down a couple alleys here and there, so all of these items were purchased in Ia. I'm gonna start off with the crew neck or pullover that I'm wearing. It says Santorini on the front. There were definitely quite a few pullovers to choose from in all the different shops, but I really found myself drawn to this off-white kind of cream beige color with the specks. I'm going to move on to the jewelry that we purchased. I'm actually wearing a couple of them. I added this silver ring to my ring collection. If you couldn't tell, I love to wear all of these rings on a daily basis, and so I've added this one to my left hand. We were told that it's the Greek key pattern, which is also found on the sweater that I'm wearing right now. We were told that it's known as the meander symbol, meaning eternity or infinity. The other jewelry item that I'm wearing on a daily basis now is this bracelet. So it is a rose gold colored, but it's actually silver and steel. I believe it's called the Phaistos or Phaistos disc. We were told that it is the Greek first calendar, so I picked up one to wear every day as a bracelet, and then I also got one in silver as a necklace that I am wearing today. This one is also silver and steel. Lucas also decided to purchase his own as well, and so he got the same pendant but a little bit larger on a silver chain for him to wear too. Next in the jewelry category, we have two brown bracelets. These also have the square spiral or the Greek key pattern, meaning eternity. We got two of these brown ones. These are gifts. And then we also purchased, also as a gift, opal earrings with a spiral in them too. They're just silver with an opal in the middle. I believe that is all in the jewelry category. Next, we do have a couple of miscellaneous items. We also got this pin that says Greece on it. It has the iconic blue domes. Also with the iconic blue domes, we purchased a coaster, which I thought was very pretty. This is also going to be a gift, but I should have purchased one for myself. I love the look of this, but yes, this will be a gift as well. If you guys know me, you know how I feel about my postcards. We purchased, I think, 10 of these. A couple for me to keep for my collection, but a few to also mail. I think it's always so much fun to receive a piece of the world in your mailbox, and so I have a lot of fun with mailing postcards to loved ones so we can bring a little bit of Greece into their home. Next, under miscellaneous items, we purchased an ornament, and it is the iconic blue dome again. It's a Santorini. It has a little bell on the top. Just something to add to our Christmas tree this year. Lucas and I are big fans of Christmas trees that have sentimental ornaments versus like the decorative matching ones. Obviously, since we just started collecting ornaments for our Christmas tree, we don't have that many yet, and so this is just the newest addition that we can add on to our 2021 Christmas tree. I think we're switching over to the category of decor at this point. The next thing I have to open, because they bubble wrapped it to protect it when we travel back to the States, so let me open this 1 second. We purchased this boat. I love it. It's just like a little rowboat, Santorini on the side, and it's just so simple, but it's just, I think it's gonna make a great addition to our shelf. Lucas and I love, love, love boats. We're obsessed over them. I think most of the decor in our house are going to be boats the more that we collect, but we both agree that it just feels better to collect boats or even like decor items for our home from different places around the world versus just like purchasing them at your local Target or Hobby Lobby hobby, etc. So we wanted to purchase this one during our trip, so then when we see it on the shelf, we'll remember our trip to Santorini. Now keep in mind, we purchased this boat first because we couldn't find a larger boat, and so instead of passing this one by, we purchased this guy just in case we couldn't find a larger one that we could also fit in our suitcase. But luckily we did find one and we brought it home with us, but it is also bubble wrapped, so give me a second while I open it. And now for the big reveal. Oh my goodness, I am in love with it. I'm obsessed with it. It is a blue and white sailboat, and it says Santorini Ia on the side here. The sail is like a cloth material and the rest of it is made out of wood, hand painted, and I am obsessed over this. So the next few items tie into the decor category, but they are art pieces that we are excited to hang up on our walls. We purchased a total of 4 art pieces made by local artists in Santorini. The first 2 I am super excited to share because we got to watch them get painted live on the streets of Santorini. I believe it was our last evening in Ia on Friday night. We were just walking to a restaurant and we saw an artist painting on glass. He was making 3D art. If you want to see more of his work, you can go to 3dfeelart.com. I'll have it linked in the description as well as on the screen here. The artist's name is Ivan Mendoza. He shared with us that he's originally from Japan, and him and his wife have relocated temporarily to Santorini, Greece, and so while they're here, he is working by selling his art. We picked up 2 art pieces. Lucas was really drawn to this sunset piece he had already painted that was kind of displayed on his mantle when we passed by. This one, it is beautiful. If it's shown in the light and you have like a display light showing down to it, you can even see even more detail. We were absolutely fascinated with his process and how he was painting it, and what we love most is that he just kind of painted whatever he felt like or whatever he felt inspired by. Or he doesn't really have like a physical muse that he references. He just kind of paints from his memory and his imagination. I ended up picking the piece that he was painting right then and there, and that would be this piece. I loved it because it showed the caldera with the water in the back, and then it has like the beautiful white architecture with the very vibrant blue doors that we've seen throughout the town. I just loved the little table on the side. I feel like this one really kind of represented and symbolized our trip to Santorini, just nice and quiet and beautiful. Loved it. And I also loved that it comes with a story, and so that's the biggest thing for me, is I just love a good story. Okay, so the other 2 art pieces are still wrapped up, and so I'm going to have to just insert footage here of when we do open it. We purchased 2 art pieces that are wall art. The first one is a photograph photographed in Ia by an artist in Ia. It was over at the Aurea Art Gallery, kind of towards the Art Masons Hotel. We were walking by one day and Lucas saw this picture and I loved it too, and so we passed by it a few times, and then by the 3rd time we were like, you know what, we keep looking at it, we keep getting drawn to it, let's get a copy that we can hang up on the walls of our home. I'm not quite sure where its home is going to be yet in our house, but it's just going to fit right in. The other art piece that we purchased is an art print, and so it was originally a painting painted by an artist in Ia, but this one is a art print copy of that painting, and so I'm going to definitely hang this up on the wall of my office. I love that it is the iconic blue domes. You can't get more Santorini than this view, so I wanted to have that and hang it up in my office. A little bit of inspiration for when I work. That wraps up all of the decor and art pieces that we purchased in Santorini. One has been hanging out in the corner of the frame here, but it is this purse that I purchased. This is another one of those things that we walked by at least like 4 times before I actually purchased it. It is this like woven purse, obviously a circular woven purse, and it has these beautiful leather, I think it's faux leather straps. They're nice and comfortable, very lightweight. I think it's the perfect vacation purse, to be honest with you, because it's simple, it'll match a lot of things because of the neutral colors. Opens up with little button clasps right here, and it has this beautiful pattern on the inside as well. So I will absolutely be using this for date nights, small day trips over to Boston, or other vacations, and I'm really happy that I ended up purchasing it. Getting down to the bottom of the pile now, so thanks for staying with me. The next things we have are just some t-shirts that we purchased. A lot of these are also gifts. I have this navy blue Santorini Greece t-shirt, plain white, the Greek key meaning eternity, gray t-shirt, same theme as well. The last thing I saved for the end of this video, something that I am obsessed over, and it is the honey. Let me tell you how good the honey is in Greece. We had to just get a little jar to take home, not only for us, we have family coming to stay with us in Boston, and so we're hoping that our family members can taste a little bit of Greece because we were obsessed over the Greek yogurt and honey, and so we would love to just give them a little bit of that experience when they're here visiting with us. And that's a wrap. So those are all the things that we purchased during our trip to Santorini, Greece. Honestly, like I said earlier, my goal is to intentionally fill our home with memories and things with sentimental value, and I definitely think that these items are examples of just that. Not sure when our next international trip is going to be, unfortunately. I'll have these memories to hold me over, and we have family coming into Boston literally starting tomorrow and through the end of October. So stay tuned for some more travel content. I have a lot of fall Boston content coming your guys' way too, and I also have a trip to New York planned. That's all coming your guys' way, but until then, I'll talk to you guys soon.